Okay, we're finishing up our Trench Crusade with an Anchorite Shrine. We're going to come in with a purple dry brush in all the shadows. And this is to add some depth primarily to the wheel and then the silver that we're going to put on this guy. And the reason we're doing this is because the silver speed paint that we used in all the other models has like purple in the base. So this is just going to tie him into the other models, even though we're going to use a different silver. I didn't use that silver speed paint here because it's just so much area to cover and I wanted to dry brush it. I didn't think it would work very well. And we're going to take this pretty far up the model just because this is going to serve really to just add that contrast to the silver, because so much of this model is going to be that brilliant, I think it's Mithril Silver from Warcolor Nostalgia Colors, that this is just going to make that silver just have a lot more visual appeal and contrast to it. While I'm cleaning this brush out, I lost my footage of dry brushing the silver on top of this, and I just took my time and did it very slowly to slowly build it up so I didn't see brush strokes. I lost power, so I guess the footage corrupted during that time. So now I'm coming in and just painting anything that's I don't want metallic, this white primer color. It has a little bit of water in it, but not much. And I'm just coming back in over all the wood, anything that's going to be gold. And I'm spending a little bit of extra time on the lamb at the very front because I want that to be white in the final product. So I just build that up probably really over 3 coats. And then I'm just using that half light gold again on all the things that are supposed to be gold or bronze. And I'm just taking my time on this chest piece so I don't get anything on the actual silver part that I don't want to be silver. And here you can see how that purple is really coming through on the silver. It's a really good effect. I'm painting the crosses on the wrist, and I'll also hit the other shoulder pad. Just taking my time. I'm really almost even just stippling here so that I don't get anything where I don't want it. It's still easy. I have it bracing the table, just taking my time. Now I'm about to do my favorite recipe of Gilman Flesh and Plaguebearer Flesh to make older, kind of aged wood. And I'm really going to come in sloppy with this on the wheel. So I've kind of slowed things down here, and I'll let you actually see the process of how I do the wheel. I start with that Gilman Flesh, and I'm coming in pretty thick with it. And this coming over the zenithal with the purple is going to make a really cool effect on the finished product. And you can see I'm not being neat with it. Like I'm really slapping stuff on. I'm going to slap it on the ropes. I'm going to slap it a little bit on the prisoner. I'm just kind of jamming out on this, and you'll really see it start to come together. Back into the contrast paint, this is that Blood Angels red that we use on the rest of the warband. And this is really our only opportunity to tie this into the rest of the warband, so we're going to use that on the hood right here. Pretty straightforward. After we paint this hood, I'm coming back in with some of that white primer, because that's just what I had on the palette. And I'm just sketching in where the highlights will be on this body that's on the wheel. With this white paint, what'll happen when the Streaking Grime hits it is it will all just blend together and create our highlights with a very low amount of effort. And you can see how this looks before we hit it with the Streaking Grime. I'm going to go ahead and let all this stuff dry, and then you know what time it is. Quick interlude while we're waiting for that last bit of stuff to dry. This is going to be the next project. Getting this ready for Call to Arms, which at the time of recording, I think I have like 3 weeks. So this stuff all needs to be stripped, just because I'm going to do a different scheme and it's just easier to strip it. This is an eBay rescue job. Luckily, all of this stuff, I can just prime over. I need to do a little bit more cleanup. These guys I built myself, so they're fine. But the rest of this stuff, I think I need to do like mold lines and base, obviously, stuff like that. Now this stuff over here, this big guy right here is actually painted very well already. He's from eBay. So really for him, I just need to do some touch-ups on stuff. He was in a million pieces when I got him. So I need to fix up some paint chips and put a little razzle-dazzle, finish the base. This over here, also eBay special. If I have time, I'm gonna go back and I'll work on this. I'm not gonna strip it because it's like a really good foundation. But these guys' robes, I'm doing a different color. And like this is obviously just like airbrushed and half-assed, but it looks good, like especially from a tabletop. Like tabletop level, it looks great. So I'm not gonna really mess with that until I get everything else ready. That's gonna be the next couple couple of days of the vlog now that Trench Crusade is over. All right, we're coming in with the Streaking Grime. We're gonna slather this on like we've done everything else. Or point out here is that I'm not gonna hit that sheep on the front very hard with this. I'm gonna put a little bit on it, but most of what you'll see on that sheep is gonna just be from me wiping it off and rubbing it down on there. And I saved you a lot of time by watching me slather it up. I'm coming in, I'm using this sprue sponge to take off most of it. And then I'm coming back in with the makeup sponge and just really blending it in and making sure I get it from all the highest points, because this does a better job at actually blending versus taking it off. And there we go. This boy is at tabletop. So in tomorrow's video, I'll do all the bases and I'll come back with a metal and I'll do some edge highlighting and some rust effects on this guy to really make it pop and finish the warband. And I'll also show you a few quick tricks on the whole entire warband itself on how to really kind of kick it up to the next level. And I just wanted to show you in detail the Catherine wheel about how great it looks now that the Streaking Grime is on it. So thanks for watching, guys. Here is the whole warband together, looking great. And again, I think this whole thing, including the shrine, took about 3 hours. And we're going to do really fast bases. So maybe 3.5, 4 hours once we go back in and touch up all the highlights and really kind of spend a little extra time on it. So thanks for watching.